this is the second part of RViz visualization video, and if you have not watched the first video, please go ahead and watch the part 1 of RViz and then follow along with the part 2.
Now let us see how we can visualize a moving pose over here. So for that, as we have seen in display types over here, we have seen the point. Now for the pose, just click on the pose over here. Here, this is the kind of pose that we can see over here, or we can see the axis as well over here. So if you see over here, these are the properties over here which we can do in RViz, which you can change in RViz. And for that, and the message type that we have is geometric message pose stamped. And now I have a node already that is populated for this to save your time. Now the node is exactly the same as the point. The only thing is that here it is using the pose stamped message. So I am using the pose stamp message over here, that is from geometric message.message. We have the pose stamp message, and that pose stamp message, and then I have changed the topic name over here, and now I am just taking a message that is pose stamped, and let us see what are the values inside of this pose stamp message. ROS2 interface show, and then in the geometric messages we have a pose stamped message, and then we have all of these details over here. So similarly, I have filled the stamped over here, and then the frame ID which is to the map, and then we just have to give X, Y, Z position, the orientation, and then just for the arrow to be moving continuously, I have applied some logic where from the center point along this radius it will continuously be moving around a circle over here. And then to change the orientation of the arrow, I am using the TF transformation, that is to change from Euler to quaternion, that is from roll pitch off to quaternion, which has like 4 values, and then based on like current I value and the speed, the arrow will be changing its orientation. And then I have just populated this message, the XYZ position and the orientation, and then I am publishing, and then I am just continuously adding the self.I so that we will have different orientations at different point of the circle. So this has the another node. The only thing I have changed is the pose stamp and the topic, and then I have just populated the message type over here, and I'm publishing the message. And now to make it executable, go to your setup.py. Since we have a new node, I will put the new node in the console over here in setup, and then we just have to build our workspace. So, and one more thing about this is when you are in the workspace, if you use with call con build -- symlink and install, then you don't have to always build whenever you change the Python files. So you just do this for once, and then you don't have to do it again. So once we are done with this, we will source our workspace, and then now let us first launch our RViz visualization over here, and then let us now launch our file, that is ROS2 run visualization package. Now the file is pose publish pose. So now we are not seeing anything because we have not subscribed. The RViz is not subscribing to the topic, that is port circle. For that, go to add, go to by topic. We have this, there is a pose circle is the topic name, and this is a pose message type, and then okay. Now you can see the arrow is continuously moving. Similarly, if you have a mobile robot, and it will have the position and the orientation, that is arrow, so then you can use this to visualize the path of the robot, how it is moving. So that's how you can use the visualization power of RViz. And we can see the properties over here in the topic. We have like many of these, you can study those, and for now we can change the color of this to purple, and then now you can see, and you can change the length and size of the arrow, and how transparent it should be. So that's how you can visualize the pose. Let's now go for the marker array, how we can visualize some of the shapes in markers, and then we will see how we can use that to visualize different shapes. Let us visualize different shapes using markers. We can see over here the markers are used for having different primitive shapes, and the topics over here are visualization. From the visualization messages, there is a topic name, that is the message type, that is marker and marker array. So the marker is used to publish only one type of message, while marker array is used if we have multiple marker messages, then we can put all of the marker messages into the marker array, and then we just publish through one topic the marker array. So when the RViz subscribe to one topic, all of the markers, it may be spheres, it may be cubes, it may be cylinder, all together can be visualized just with one topic name. So that's why we use marker array when we have to visualize many marker messages. So that's why we will take an example of marker array, where we will take first a marker array type, and then we will add many markers into the marker array, and then we will visualize the marker array. So for that, to understand this, let's go for the markers. In the markers, you can see we can have like many different shapes. We can have cubes, we can have circle, cylinder, and similarly we can produce many lines and so on. And we can see over here we have the visualization message marker and the marker array over here. So the message type over here contains all. So the message over here is already provided. So this is a marker message we have, and these are the following things we have to fill it in order to visualize that. So we will create a marker first. From the marker class instance, we will make an instance of the marker class, and then we will fill the frame ID, stamp, the namespace, and ID. So these two are important. So when we have many markers, so the name and the ID should be unique over here, and then the type, which type we'll be using. This is, for example, for a sphere, but you can use cylinder and all. We will see how many types we have available, and for action we have to add it so as to visualize them, and then just populate the positions that you want the shape to be at, and the orientation, in which orientation it should be, and you just have to add the scale in XYZ direction, and the color, and that's all. Just publish the message, and then you will visualize the shape as we have done for the point and other things. Now let us see how many different shapes we have, types. So you can go and read all of this to get more details over here. For the object types, we have arrow. You can visualize arrow with it, cube, sphere, cylinder, and line strips. And so you can have like a line structure like a path, sharp edged path, and you can have like multiple lines over here, and cube list, and the sphere list for visualizing many spheres. So like when you have to visualize many spheres, instead of visualizing all the sphere one by one, this provides the marker array provide a like lightweight visualization. So where you can use a sphere list, and then it will populate all the multiple spheres at once. So that's how you can do it for points as well, and you can do for different structures as you prefer. So for now, we will be going through the sphere list. We will take a marker array, we will add the sphere list into it, and we will take the marker, and then we will add cylinder, and both of the cylinder and the sphere list will be placed into the marker array, and then we will publish that. For that, I have a node over here that will do that. This marker array, I will explain the node. So the structure of the node remains same. We will initialize the node. We will call the marker array publisher, which will the function that will do that, and we will spin the node. So let's go for it. So for now, we will take over here as a node. We are just taking a random over here. So this is color RGBA from standard messages. This is required to fill the color over here, and to give like XYZ, we can use the point over here from geometric messages. And then from visualization messages, we have like marker and marker array. And then we will create a publisher of marker array on this topic, marker array. And then we will call once again we will call this callback function. Now this callback function has an instance of marker array on which we will add all the markers, and then we will publish this message over here. And now first let us add the marker array that is for cylinder, and then I will be following the same structure of the message from here. So I will take the instance of the marker. I will fill the frame ID, that is map. I will take the stamp, that is time we have, current time. And then namespace is I am visualizing cylinder. ID is 1. This has to be unique. And the type is marker.cylinder. Since I am doing with the cylinder, you can see over here. For cylinder, you just have to add the cylinder over here. And then after that, you add the action. And then you add the explicit position of the cylinder and the orientation over here and the scale, and then add the color for that. And just from the marker array that we have over here, you will append the marker the message, the marker instance, into the marker array, so that this will be added to the marker array, and when we publish that, it will publish all the markers that it has. Now let us go for the sphere, and then the next is example for sphere list over here. So we will take the marker again, we will fill a frame ID, time, namespace, that is sphere, unique ID, and then type is sphere list, and then action, and then we will take for the quaternion, the W is over here 1, and then we will set the scale over here. Now for the position, I am setting the different positions for whenever it publish the different position of the points. So for 10 points, I am taking as a point, and then I am specifying XYZ, so that is randomly, and I'm just giving constant over here. So that whenever it publishes, it should publish a new point, a new XYZ point for all the 10 points we have. And then once I have the point, in that I'll take points over here, and I add all the points into this points list as a list, and then I will add the color for this, which is over here using color RGB. I will add red, green, blue, and this is a over here, so which is for the transparency. And then once I have this message completely filled over here for the marker for the sphere list, and then I will just add the marker into the marker array. I will append this sphere list over here. So then at the end, when we have all the markers populated into marker array, I will publish the marker array easily directly using the publisher over here, and then with which we should be able to visualize it. So I have this node, and then we can go to setup, and then I have added over here the entry point for this marker.py file, which is this that publishes what? Two things, that is, one is a cylinder and second is the spheres over here, and which will be continuously changing, and in total we have like 10 spheres over here, which means 10 points. So to do that, let us build our workspace, and then we will source it now, and then let us run the visualization. Now we have RViz over here. Now in order to visualize, we have a node that is ROS2 run from visualization package marker. So when I run this, now it is continuously publishing the details on the topic, that is marker array. Now to visualize that, go to add topic. Here is the marker array, and this is the marker array which we need over here. And when I click OK, here we can see there is a cylinder, and we have like multiple 10 points, and they are continuously changing. Whenever it publishes a new topic, it has like random positions of the points, and the cylinder is 1. So that's how you can visualize different shapes, and you can also go ahead and you can try for all of these different shapes, and then you can include that into your projects. For example, if you have a robot and you have a path, the straight path as such, then you can use the line strip, and then you can publish the messages over here. Similarly, you just have to go through the marker messages, fill the messages, and just publish, and then just specifying the type of line strip. Then you will be able to visualize line, you can visualize cylinders, spheres, and many more things you can do. And also, if you want to go for other shapes, you can also check for odometry. You can also go for polygon shapes. You can go for pose array, where you have like multiple poses, multiple arrows over there. And even for this, if you go in the properties over here, you have namespaces, that is 2, and then you can also either avoid, if you just want to visualize the points, then you can click over this box, and then you can see other points as well. So that's how you can use RViz. You can use the visualization power of RViz into your projects to explain things clearly to people, and this can also be used for debugging. So whereby by visualizing, you can see a lot of issues that you cannot even just analyze through the code. Using the visualization tool, you can do a lot of things. If you like the content of the video, do like and subscribe the channel and share the videos with the ROS community. See you. Bye bye.